Husband!
Yes, wife.
Let's read the Bible.
But we're atheists. Why would we want to do such a thing?
Because we live in small town USA and everyone around us quotes this thing extensively and we have no idea how to respond?
That's true. Neither of us grew up with religion, yet Christianity is playing a huge part in our country's politics.
We're not scholars or academics, so Sacrilegious Discourse is our first take reaction.
And this feed houses our reading of the book of Genesis, and each subsequent book will get its own separate feed too.
Why are we separating each book?
Not all podcast platforms allow access to older episodes. This will ensure our listeners don't lose access to any of our previously released material.
You can find our most recent episodes on our main channel, Sacrilegious Discourse.
That's right. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single episode.
Hey you, welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
I'm wife.
And together we're reading the Bible.
Starting with Genesis and eventually ending with Revelations, we're working through every book and offering our atheist 2 cents.
Or shekels.
Yeah, those. We're asking questions and pointing out all the nonsense.
We aren't academics or scholars.
Nope. In fact, when it comes to religion, we really don't know anything at all.
What we've learned so far is that God's a dick.
Oh, he really is, isn't he? If you're interested in how we reached this startling conclusion, maybe start from episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in anywhere. It's all good.
Yep. Hey, husband.
Hey, wife.
Do you remember what happened last time?
I think vaguely. I remember we were talking about Jacob, and I think Isaac died, maybe? And also Jacob got renamed again to Israel?
Yeah, but prior to that.
Yeah, no. Got nothing.
Their daughter, Dinah.
She didn't blow a horn?
She didn't blow her horn. She got raped.
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember that?
It'd probably be better if she had a horn to blow.
I mean, probably. Yeah, she died. Or she didn't die. No, sorry. She got raped, and then do you remember what happened from there?
Oh, they murdered a bunch of people.
Yeah, her brothers
family.
were like, well, first her dad was like, hey, if you totally get circumcised, we will all just intermarry
right,
each
so
other.
they made them get their dicks chopped, and then they murdered them all.
And then the brothers were like,
cold
fuck
ass shit.
That,
yeah.
And murdered them all. And then Jacob was like, Jesus fucking Christ, guys. And then the brothers were like, what? They raped her.
Right.
And so then they went and they moved, and then Rachel did die. Rachel died giving birth to Benjamin.
Right.
And she was buried beside the road to Ephrath.
Right. Okay.
And then Isaac died, and
he was like 180, right?
Yeah.
180. I remember that.
And then the end. Yeah.
So what are we doing today?
Today we are doing Genesis chapters 36 and 37, and I hope that it is as interesting as the previous chapters.
Define interesting.
Well, I mean, at first the Bible was like so boring, and even though there's lots of rape and incest, at least there's like stuff happening.
Like storylines, you mean, as opposed to just rape and light happening.
Yeah.
And floods.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
All right.
Hey, wife.
Yes, husband.
Did you know that we are now on Patreon?
Yes, because you told me, but also, no, tell me more.
So we're on Patreon now.
Are we?
We are, and our supporters can go there and support us, and we have multiple levels all the way up to You Killed God.
That sounds really drastic and escalated quickly-ish.
Well, no, there's multiple levels before there. So it escalates on a sliding scale of, cheap to not cheap. Oh. But, we can definitely use any amount. So, any support is always appreciated. So what exactly is Patreon? It's a place where you can show your support for our podcast. And just our podcast? Any podcast or any performer. But, we're the ones that, you're listening to right now. So maybe you should, support us. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. But we love you anyway. So all you got to do is go to Patreon, look up Sacrilegious Discourse. It's actually patreon.com/Sacrilegious Discourse is our actual main page there. So head on over and send us some love. Yeah.
Okay, so Genesis chapter 36, the descendants of Esau.
So we're back. We're Jacob's brother. Okay.
The twin.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the...
Yeah, he got screwed and all that. Yeah.
This is the account of the descendants of Esau, also known for no reason whatsoever, all of a sudden out of the blue, as Edom.
Because, everybody has two names.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And
we were just talking about that.
Yeah. Esau married two young women from Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Oholibama, the daughter of Anah and granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite. He also married his cousin Basemath, or Basameth.
There's some more of that cousin Marion shit.
Who was the daughter of Ishmael and the sister of Nebaioth, whatever.
Can you imagine a family tree?
No. It's so disturbing that
I'd love to see it.
I'm trying to skip right over it.
Right, yeah.
Ada gave birth to a son named Eliphaz for Esau. Basemath gave birth to a son named Reuel. Oholibama gave... I don't know how to say it, so that's what it is now. Gave birth to sons named Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. All these sons were born to Esau in the land of Canaan. Esau took his wives, his children, and his entire household, along with his livestock and cattle, all the wealth he had acquired in the land of Canaan, and moved away from his brother Jacob.
So, they just kind of moved in together. I don't even recall them, living together at all.
But didn't they, shake on it and, decide not to be mad anymore? And
yeah, well, I mean, they didn't say he moved away because he was mad, so maybe that's not it. But I just, they just kind of, we're moving together here, but then we're not.
Jacob was like, you go ahead, I'll be there eventually. And then he built a house instead.
Yeah.
And then,
But then I never recall him making it there.
Yeah.
So, apparently he did, and now Esau's like, or whatever the hell his name is moving away.
Yeah. There was not enough land to support them both because of all the livestock and possessions they had acquired. Oh, that's a bad problem to have, huh? So Esau, also known as Edom, settled in the hill country of Seir.
Okay.
Seir.
Okay.
This is the account of Esau's descendants, the Edomites, who lived in the hill country of Seir. These are the names of Esau's sons.
Oh, gosh.
Eliphaz, the son of Esau's wife Ada, and Reuel, the son of Esau's wife Basemath. The descendants of Eliphaz were...
more begetting.
Taman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz. Timnah, the concubine, of course, of Esau's son Eliphaz, gave birth to a son named Amalek.
I feel like the Bible is more like a genetic record than it is like a story about God.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy.
This is about men making sure that their fucking names get passed down because heaven forbid that, you don't remember your ancestors and where you came from, blah, 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 blah.
Right, right.
These are the descendants of Esau's wife, Ada. The descendants of Reuel were Nahath, Zerah, Shema, and Mizah. These are the descendants of Esau's wife, Basemath. Esau also had sons through Oholibama, the daughter of Anah and granddaughter of Zibeon. Their names were Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. I feel like either they're saying things repetitively or they're naming their kids the same names a lot.
My brain is just complete mush, honestly. Name.
So what you're hearing is like the teacher in Peanuts going, wah, wah,
yeah,
wah, wah,
that's
wah,
the perfect description, yes.
These are the descendants of Esau who became the leaders of various clans. The descendants of Esau's oldest son Eliphaz became the leaders of the clans of Taman, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Korah, Gatam, and Amalek. These are the clan leaders in the land of Edom who descended from Eliphaz. All of these were descendants of Esau's wife Ada. Oh my God, the descendants of Esau's wife Reuel became the leaders of the clans of Nahath, Zerah, Shemath, and Mizah. These are the clan leaders in the land of Edom who descended from Reuel. All these were descendants of Esau's wife Basemath. Oh my God, the descendants of Esau and his wife Oholibama became the leaders of the clans of Jush, Jalam, and Korah. These are the clan leaders who descended from Esau's wife Oholibamah, the daughter of Anah. These are the clans descended from Esau, also known as Edom, identified by their clan leaders. These are the names of the tribes that descended from Seir the Horite. They lived in the land of Edom: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezir, and Dishon.
I feel like we're announcing like a really large sports team.
Right? Yeah, like...
Now playing center field.
Right?
Oholibamah.
I'm trying to imagine what uniform these guys would have. Like, what sport are we even talking about? You said center field, so that would be baseball.
Yeah.
Okay, good on me, though.
Yeah.
I don't do sports. So.
No, that was good.
Yeah. These were the Horite clan leaders, the descendants of Seir, who lived in the land of Edom. The descendants of Lotan were Horai and Heman. Lotan's sister was named Timnah. The descendants of Shobal were Alvin, Simon, Theodore. Just kidding. Just kidding. Alvin, Menahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. The descendants of Zibeon were Aya and Anna. This is the Anna who discovered the hot springs in the wilderness while he was grazing his father's donkeys.
What
that guy.
Fuck does that matter?
I don't know. It's in parentheses, though, and they wanted us to know it real bad.
Okay.
The descendants of Anah were his son Dishon, the daughter Oholibamah, and his daughter Oholibamah. The descendants of Dishon were Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Karan. Karen? I don't fucking know.
Just for the record, I hate this chapter.
I hate this chapter as well. Should I just go?
No.
Okay.
We're reading the Bible, remember?
I know. It's just that this part's boring.
The whole fucking thing's boring.
I know, but this is really painfully boring.
Let's just get through this really painfully boring
section.
section.
I'm just going to buzz through it real fast then.
Yeah, just buzz through it real fast then.
The descendants of Ezer were Bilhah, Zevan, and Akan. The descendants of Dishon were Uz and Iran. So these were the leaders of the Horite clans: Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishon. The Horite clans are named after their clan leaders who lived in the land of Seir. These are the kings who ruled in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, who ruled in Edom from his city in Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah from Bozrah, became king in his place. When Jobab died, Husham from the land of the Tammanites became king in his place. When Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, Manamana, became king in his place and ruled the city of Avith. Yes, holy shit indeed. He was the one who defeated, the Midianites in the land of Moab.
Of course. I mean, I
he
know
was that guy.
Totally.
Right. Yeah, that one.
Playing right field.
When Hadad died, Samlah from the city of Masrekah became king in his place. When Samlah died, Shaul from the city of Hold on, let me try this again. Rehoboth on the river became king in his place. When Shaul died, Baal-Hanan, son of Akbor, became king in his place. When Baal-Hanan, son of Akbor, died, Hadad became king in his place and ruled from the city of Pow. His wife was... I'm running out of steam here.
And now on the mound.
His wife was...
pitching tonight.
Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred and granddaughter of Mezahab. These are the names of the leaders of the clans descended from Esau, who lived in the places named for them: Timnah, Alva, Jehan, Oholibamah, Elah, Penan, Kenaz, Timon, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram. These are the leaders of the clans of Edom, listed according to their settlements in the land they occupied. I'm coming to an end. Ready?
Thank God.
They all descended from Esau, the ancestor of the Edomites.
Okay, so
the end.
Now, if you had to take a guess as to how many of those names you pronounced wrong.
Oh, all of them. Except for Esau, but only because I've heard that one.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, all of them.
God, you suck.
I suck too, though.
Right, but that... Okay, whoever wrote this shit...
Yeah, this is definitely boring,
dumb.
But not because of the hard to pronounce names. Like, that's just an ethnic thing, and I refuse to make fun of people for having names that I'm not
even commenting on that. I'm commenting on the just list of names. Like, what is that?
Right. It's
so stupid.
It's like I just read a baby book, but in another language.
Right.
And a baby book in and of itself, like, why? Why?
It's so pointless.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Whatever. All right, let's get on to the next chapter and hope that there's something better than this.
I hope it's not more names.
Please, because that's going to make this a really boring week.
I know.
Other than we might find out who's finally playing first base.
Is it Nimrod? Or Steve?
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're heading on to chapter 37 now?
Yes, indeed.
All right, we'll see you guys in a second.
Hey, husband.
Didn't we already do this?
No, I'm doing it again. Hey, husband.
What up, wife?
We are about to have story.
Thank God.
More than that, thank God. That's funny.
I mean, it's his story, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, but more than that, it's a story we're familiar with.
Ah.
Do you remember that musical I made you watch? Joseph and the
multicolored
coat
thing?
With
yeah.
Starring Donny Osmond in his very hottest role ever.
Yeah, it wasn't
so
bad
good.
for 70s, whatever.
It was an excellent musical.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's this story.
Yeah.
Okay, so Genesis chapter 37, Joseph sold into Egypt.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice.
Yeah, you know this story.
I know this story.
Isn't that exciting?
It's kind of exciting, especially after all that name bullshitty
Yeah, we
crap.
went from like one extreme to, oh, okay, this one's not too bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So Jacob settled again in the land of Canaan, where his father had lived as a foreigner. You foreigner. This is the account of Jacob and his family. When Joseph was 17 years old, he often tended his father's flocks. He worked for his half-brothers, the sons of his father's wives, Bilhah and Zilpah. But Joseph reported to his father some of the bad things his brothers were doing. Oh, he was a little snitch. Yeah, he was a tattletale.
Man.
Jacob loved Joseph more than any of his other children because Joseph had been born to him in his old age. Yeah, he was Rachel's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and he tells on all of his other brothers. So.
Right, but that's only part of why.
That's Rachel's son.
He was his favorite wife's son.
Right.
So one day, Jacob had a special gift made for Joseph, a beautiful robe. It was of many colors. It was splendid.
I mean, that'd be worth a fortune back then because, colors are hard to come by.
Right.
In the desert.
Yeah, that's why it was such a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But his brothers hated Joseph because their father loved him more than the rest of them. They couldn't say a kind word to him. I mean, I don't blame them. It sucks when parents play favorites and you're not the favorite.
Right. Yeah.
And then, if you're already not the favorite, why shouldn't you do naughty things?
Right.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
You're never going to have your parents' love as much as you want or need, so fuck it.
Right. Well, you're kind of setting that favorite child up for some shit too.
Yeah, because how could they not resent that child, and then that child has the responsibility of it's just parents suck.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed.
One night Joseph had a dream, and when he told his brothers about it, they hated him more than ever. Listen to this dream, he said. Oh, I wish I could sing this like Donny Osmond did. We were out in the field tying up bundles of grain. Suddenly, my bundle stood up, and your bundles all gathered around and bowed low before mine. His brothers responded, So you think you will be our king, do you? Do you actually think you will reign over us?
Jesus, I'm just telling you a dream, dude.
Right? And they hated him all the more because of his dreams and the way he talked about them. Soon, Joseph had another dream, and again he told his brothers about it. I mean, Joseph is asking for them to hate him because, honestly, you didn't read the room, dude.
Right.
They don't want to hear I had a dream that I ruled over you. Ha ha.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
So, I know Joseph is supposed to be the good guy
here. But I know this
here.
is setting it up for,
right. This moral and all that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Listen, I have had another dream, he said. The sun, moon, and 11 stars bowed low before me. This time he told the dream to his father as well as to his brothers, but his father scolded him. What kind of dream is that? He asked. Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow to the ground before you? Yeah, right? But while his brothers were jealous of Joseph, his father wondered what the dreams meant.
Right.
Soon after this, Joseph's brothers went to pasture their father's flocks at Shechem. When they had been gone for some time, Jacob said to Joseph, Your brothers are pasturing the sheep at Shechem. Get ready, and I will send you to them. I'm ready to go, Joseph replied. Go and see how your brothers and the flocks are getting along, Jacob said. Then come back and bring me a report, you narc.
Yeah, right.
So Jacob sent him on his way, and Joseph traveled to Shechem from their home in the valley of Hebron. When he arrived there, a man from the area noticed him wandering around the countryside. What are you looking for? He asked.
At least you didn't wrestle him.
Right? I'm looking for my brothers, Joseph replied. Do you know where they are pasturing their sheep? Yes, the man told him. They have moved on from here, but I heard them say, let's go on to Dothan. So Joseph followed his brothers to Dothan and found them there. When Joseph's brothers saw him coming, they recognized him in the distance because it's multicolored coat.
Right, yeah. It kind of stands out. Probably.
As he approached, they made plans to kill him.
Wow.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah.
It's like you know it's coming, but even still you're like, oh, damn.
Right.
Here comes the dreamer, they said. Come on, let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns.
Damn.
We can tell our father a wild animal has eaten him. Then we'll see what becomes of his dreams. But when Reuben heard of their scheme, he came to Joseph's rescue. Let's not kill him, he said. Why should we shed any blood? Let's just throw him into this empty cistern here in the wilderness. Then he'll die without our laying hand on him. Reuben...
Isn't that still killing somebody?
Reuben was secretly planning to rescue Joseph and return him to his father.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So when Joseph arrived, his brothers ripped off the beautiful robe he was wearing. Then they grabbed him and threw him into the cistern. Now the cistern was empty. There was no water in it. Then, just as they were sitting down to eat, they looked up and saw a caravan of camels in the distance coming toward them. It was a group of Ishmaelite traders, call me Ishmael, traders taking a load of gum, balm, and aromatic resin from Gilead down to Egypt. Judah said to his brothers, what will we gain by killing our brother? We'd have to cover up the crime. Instead of hurting him, let's sell him to these Ishmaelite traders. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood.
So, because he's your brother, you have the right to sell him?
Well, I'd rather sell him than let him die or out and out kill him. He's our brother, so let's not kill him.
Okay.
Let's merely just sell him into slavery.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's decent-ish.
I mean, the whole thing is
compared to
twisted.
killing somebody.
Right.
You know.
And his brothers agreed. So when the Ishmaelites, who were Midianite traders, came by, Joseph's brothers pulled him out of the cistern and sold him to them for 20 pieces of silver.
So they threw him in the cistern first, though.
Yeah.
And then... I know, I know. But,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right.
And then they pulled him out.
Got it.
And they sold him.
Got it.
And the traders took him to Egypt. Sometime later, Reuben returned to get Joseph out of the cistern. When he discovered that Joseph was missing, he tore his clothes in grief. Then he went back to his brothers and lamented, "The boy is gone. What will I do now?" Then the brothers killed a young goat and dipped Joseph's robe in its blood.
Okay.
They sent the beautiful robe to their father with this message.
Oh my gosh.
Look at what we found. Doesn't this robe belong to your son?
You definitely know it belongs to him.
Right. Their father recognized it immediately. Yes, he said, it is my son's robe. A wild animal must have eaten him. Joseph has clearly been torn to pieces. Then Jacob tore his clothes and dressed himself in burlap. He mourned deeply for his son for a long time. His family all tried to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. I will go to my grave mourning for my son, he would say, and then he would weep. Meanwhile, the Midianite traders arrived in Europe. I don't know why I said that. They arrived in Egypt, where they sold Joseph to Potiphar, an officer of the Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. Potiphar was captain of the palace guard. The end.
Oh, well, I guess there's more to come.
There's more to that story.
Yeah.
That's the end of that chapter.
So you guys will have to just stay tuned, I guess.
But let me just put in a plug for Joseph and the multicolored dream coat, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie, and if you haven't seen it, you really ought to, even though it's old and silly. It's set as a stage play, and it's a fantastic musical.
So homework assignment then, huh?
Yeah.
Go watch that.
I mean, because even you
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though it's old.
Right.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot to complain. I mean, this was a weird week. Good story. Yeah. And, I mean, like, names, wah, 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 followed up by decent story.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody got killed or raped.
Right?
Just somebody got sold into slavery.
After being dumped in a cistern.
So, I mean, all things being equal for the Bible, it was pretty okay outcome.
I mean, I would say that the two balanced each other out, so we're at zero. It's zero sum.
Yeah. I hope you guys made it to this section, because that first section, wow.
Sorry.
For the record, if you ever don't want to hear a bunch of name drops, you can always hit that, forward 30 seconds and try to get to the next section or something.
That's true. You shouldn't just skip us entirely. You should.
I mean, we do say funny stuff sometimes in the middle of those things, so it's not always beneficial to skip it, but
I can understand if you get bored of names, because it's boring to read.
Oh my God.
Painful.
Yeah, it's
painful.
Awful. All right, well, there should be more story on Joseph next time we come
next
back, right?
week. Yeah.
All right, well, so join us then, and we will see you guys next week.
Yay! Husband.
Yes, wife.
Is there a way for people to contact us?
Well, sure. They can get on our Twitter account.
We have a Twitter account?
We do.
What is it?
It is sacrilegious_D.
Like D for Discourse?
Yeah, they wouldn't let me put the whole thing, so I had to shorten it to _D.
I hate them.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
How do you spell sacrilegious? Do you know?
I don't want to. Just look it up in a dictionary or something. I don't want to do that right now.
You know why?
Sacrilegious_D. Okay?
Because you messed it up and I made you fix it. That's why.
Yeah.
What about an email?
Yeah, we got that too.
What is it?
sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com.
Oh, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
As long as you know how to spell sacrilegious.
Right. Well, definitely get a hold of us. Let us know what you thought of the episode. And, any comments, hate mail. We love that kind of stuff.
Also, you could answer some questions that we leave throughout, or correct my pronunciations.
Yeah,
which are probably
please.
Bad, wrong, and horrible.
Because we suck sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, also, if you like this shit or whatnot, give us a like on your podcasting app and stuff, or even leave a comment or something.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Goodbye.